Hello guys, welcome back to the course. In this video we will be seeing about different camera settings. Now, if you want to try to move on from the auto mode of the camera and step into the world of manual mode, you need to understand what ISO, aperture and shutter speed, all these terms means, and knowing how to make them work for you. So let's start by seeing the different camera settings. The first is aperture. Aperture is like the pupil of your camera, controlling how much light enters. A wide aperture, lowered f-stop number, lets in more light and creates a shallow depth of the field, blurring the background. Here, the aperture is wider, and as you can see, the object closer to the lens is more clearer than the background. A narrower aperture lets in less light and creates a larger depth of field, keeping more of the image in focus. In the last one, we can see that the aperture is narrow and the image as a whole is in focus. Aperture can also affect the sharpness and contrast of the image, with some lenses producing sharper image at certain apertures. Remember to adjust the aperture based on the available light and your desired depth of the field. Then comes shutter speed. The shutter speed controls how long the camera sensor is exposed to light, with a shutter speed producing a brighter image and a shorter shutter speed producing a darker image. You can see in this photo, here the shutter speed is short, so the image produced is very dark, while here the shutter speed is longer, so we can see the image is very bright. Different subjects may require different shutter speed to capture motion, such as fast shutter speed for sports photography or a slower shutter speed for waterfalls. As you can see in this photo, the middle photo is where the shutter speed is on auto mode. Now on the slower side of the shutter speed, we cannot completely, or we cannot focus on the image very properly, as on the fast shutter speed we can see the windmill very properly. Keep the shutter speed in mind when shooting handheld, as a slower shutter speed can result in camera shake and blurry image. Then comes ISO. ISO measures the camera's sensitivity to light. A higher ISO is useful in low light situation, but can also introduce digital noise or graininess to the image. Here in this video, the ISO is very high, which is 3200, but we can see the small dots in the middle of the image. This is what we call digital noise. Some cameras have a maximum usable ISO, beyond which the image quality degrades significantly. Use the lowest possible ISO for the available light, but be willing to increase it when necessary to achieve desired exposure. Then comes white balance. White balance adjusts the color temperature of the image. White balance can be adjusted in post-processing, but getting it right in camera can save time and improve the overall look of the image. Different light sources can have different color temperatures, so adjust the white balance accordingly for each scene. You can see in this photo, we have 6 types of white balances and each have different color temperature. The first is the auto, then comes daylight, shade, cloudy, tungsten and white fluorescent. Use a gray card for white balance tools to achieve accurate color in challenging lighting situation. Experiment with different white balances settings or use automatic white balance to get accurate colors. That's all for this video. We'll continue in the next slides. Thank you.